A plane bound for Central America crashed in the heart of the jungle. Of all the passengers on board the aircraft, only 8 individuals managed to survive. The group wasted no time in locating food. However, they struggled to find a clean water source. The sole source they came across appeared incredibly suspicious. Consuming that water posed a significant risk, yet nobody was willing to perish due to dehydration. Consequently, the group faced a tough decision. Their only escape route hinged on selecting a member to test the water from the spring. Yet, if it were contaminated, the chosen person would meet an immediate demise. The group had a huge dilemma on their hands. Who were they supposed to sacrifice? They gathered around a fire, and each one of them had the opportunity to share a little bit about themselves. The first person was Peter, a 37-year-old magician. Peter was a lively man who traveled the world as a successful magician. He said he could use his skills to keep the group's spirits high. The second person was Max, a 28-year-old programmer. Before the crash, he was busy developing software that could change the world. The survivors don't think highly of him, though. He's a bit of a diva. But he argued that his skills and knowledge would be needed by society, since the secret project he was working on could save the lives of millions of people. Then there was Jude, an experienced and honored doctor. Jude had volunteered for many charity organizations and saved countless lives. He said that if the group wanted to have a chance of survival, they needed to spare his life. Next, Marina, a 52-year-old cook, told her story. She said she had recently divorced her husband and was starting to make a life for herself. Up until then, she was a stay-at-home mom with no purpose in life. But after her divorce, she decided to follow her dreams and enrolled at a fancy culinary school. She said she could make delicious food for everyone, even with so few resources available. Even though Mary was wearing expensive clothes, she said she was all for a greener planet. She was a 22-year-old girl straight out of college. She was on her way to Costa Rica for a spiritual retreat when the plane crashed. She said she was an expert at nonviolent communication and could help the group keep harmony through these stressful times. Sean was anxious when he started speaking. He was a former convict and was afraid that the group would immediately turn on him when he told his story. Yet he was very honest when he said that he had learned his lesson in prison and was committed to making the world a better place from then on. Then Daniel, a famous 30-year-old athlete, started speaking. Despite his youthful age, Daniel had already won multiple medals. He was extremely fit and could help the group get through those extremely harsh conditions by building shelters or even protecting them from wild animals. The last member of the group was Tom, a 15-year-old boy. Unfortunately, he lost his parents during the crash and was left alone. He had no special abilities to help the group. Jude, as the oldest person in the group, took the lead in the decision-making process. He asked everyone to answer the question, "Why should you not be sacrificed?" The first person to speak out was Peter, the magician. He said, "I make people laugh and awe at the magic of life. Through me, magic keeps on living. I can't be sacrificed." Then programmer Max said, "I'm going to change the world with my secret project. You really have no idea about the revolutionary idea I'm working on. If you sacrifice me, you'll deeply regret it." Dr. Jude said, "I'm pretty old and I've lived a good life, but I'm one of the few people here who knows how to save lives. What would you do if you sacrificed me?" Marina the cook said, "Guys, I just recently found my purpose in life again after the divorce. I have so much to do in this world. There are so many opportunities ahead of me." Mary, the woo-woo girl, said, "There are opportunities ahead of me too. I just finished college. Who knows? I could become a great spiritual leader and change the world. You'll regret it if you get rid of me." Ex-convict Sean said, "I understand if you choose me to drink the water. I just want to say that I'm a changed man and that I will do everything in my power to make it up to society if I get out of here alive. I can be an inspiration to many people." Athlete Daniel said, "I think there's still a good number of medals to win, but hey, I'm willing to take one for the group if I need to. I'm pretty strong and who knows, maybe the water won't harm me." Lastly, Tom the teenager spoke. He said, "I'm pretty scared of drinking the water. Please don't make me do it. I swear I'll grow up to be a good person." After listening to everyone, the group needed to vote. But before voting against anyone, they were supposed to think about each person's usefulness for the group and society in general. As a magician, Peter can contribute to the preservation and development of cultural traditions and the entertainment industry. Although his skills are not critical for physical survival, they might be important for the psychological health of the group. Max has good analytical and problem-solving skills, but in a survival environment, his technical skills were not so in demand. Plus, his secret project could easily be some AI technology that could rule over humanity. Jude is one of the most valuable members of the group because of his ability to provide medical support. Marina, the cook, can be important for maintaining health and morale through nutrition, but not critically important for survival. Mary's role is less important. She's more of an idealist than a problem solver, so her direct impact on group survival is extremely limited. Sean, the ex-convict, has acquired skills in difficult conditions and situations which can be extremely useful in survival. Also, his potential rehabilitation story may inspire social change and reform. Daniel, the athlete, is important. His physical abilities are important to the group, and he can serve as an inspiration to others. Tom, the kid, is not able to participate equally in survival tasks. And who knows, he may grow up to be a great or terrible person. It's 50-50, and there are no guarantees he will either be useful or harmful to society in the future. When Dr. Jude received all the votes, he was appalled by the decision of the group. He expected that most people would vote to sacrifice Max, the programmer, but no. They chose to sacrifice Tom, the young kid, and took him to the water spring. He drank the water to see if it was safe, and just a few hours later, Tom passed away. The group was very shaken by the kid's early demise, and they were also desperate, because without water, they would all have the same fate before rescuers had time to find them in the middle of the jungle. That's when programmer Max had an idea. "I think I can design a primitive filter to purify the water," he said. Max quickly described his plan to create a device that could use coal, sand, and rocks to filter pollutants from the water. The group listened to him carefully, and the decision to try to create a filter seemed to them to be the best way out of the situation. With the help of other members of the group, Max was able to assemble the device. After the first tests, the filter worked successfully, and the water turned out to be safe to drink. What a plot twist, huh? Now, I've got a question for you. Which person would you sacrifice? But I would like to remind you that there is no correct answer. That's it for today. So hey, if you pacified your curiosity, then give the video a like and share it with your friends. Or if you want more, just click on these videos and stay on the bright side.